Do you know that the software that you use on your computer creates unwanted files on it? And these unwanted files may end up taking space and eventually slow down your computer. Well, this is how to get rid of them. So keep watching. Hi, I'm Eleni Obed. You're welcome to our channel. If this is your first time here or you are yet to subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button down below to subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of any new video that we release. This video happens to be part 1 of 2 videos on how to get rid of unwanted files and free up space on your computer. As I have mentioned earlier, that most of the softwares that you use on your computer end up creating some unwanted files on your computer, and until you get rid of them, you have, as I've mentioned earlier, most of the softwares that you use on your computer end up creating unwanted files on the computer, and hence you must regularly try to get rid of them in order to free up space. So let's get into the computer and let me show you exactly how to go about it. Okay, so on your computer, go to search. We are using a Windows machine, so go to search, then type in settings. So this is settings, then double click settings. One thing that you need to note from here is that depending on the type of Microsoft Windows that you are using, or if I show you the type of operating system that you are using, the interface may be different, but the steps that we are going to go through is similar for almost all the operating systems. So even though I'm using Windows 10, if you are doing it on any of the other Windows or even a different version of the Windows 10, then you could still follow the steps to achieve what is going to be achieved in this video. So from settings, choose system, then from system choose storage. So as you can see here, we have my storage devices. Currently I only have one partition, that's my PC local disk C. Okay, and the other partition which is for the HP tools, but most of the items are in the local disk C. You may have more than such number of partitions depending on the size that you have on your computer, but let's dive into just one of the partitions. And when you are doing it for yourself and you have more than this number of partitions, you can as well look into all the others and clear up the spaces that has been wasted there. So click on the partition of interest. For mine it's local disk C. Then as you can see, this is an illustration of the various things that are taking up spaces on the computer. Let me zoom into it for you to see. Okay, so you can see that system reserve has taken 36.3 gig, apps and games 45.5 gig, documents 250. So it gives you an overview of what is taking up space. But what is of interest to us here right now is the temporary files. So these temporary files are files that are created by the softwares that we use on a computer, and ideally they are supposed to be cleaned up every time the computer is closed down or is shut up. So unfortunately some of these softwares do not render this delete function, hence leaving trails of the unwanted files on the computer, and they end up piling up. Imagine this is 40.5 gig of temporary files. Let me show you how much size I have on my computer right now. Currently, let's zoom out. As you can see, my local disk C is already in red. My local disk C is already in red, and I have 41.5 gig free of 462 gig. Meanwhile, temporary files alone has taken up more than 40 gig. So by freeing up space in the temporary files, I'll be able to free up enough space for me to work with. So whatever value, it may be different for you depending on how much you use the computer and the various softwares that you use on your computer. So the value that you see there in the temporary files means that we can actually free that amount of space on your computer. So for mine, I can free up to 40.5 gig on my computer without hurting anything, without making anything go wrong on the computer. So let's click it and see the details of the temporary files. Click on temporary files. Then as you can see here, we have the temporary files that are created by the various softwares to be 9.53 gig, which I can just delete down. Then from my downloads, so downloads are things that you can easily download, you can easily delete without affecting your computer, so it happens to be saved as a temporary file. Then we have the recycle bin. So the recycle bin contains things that you have already deleted from your PC, and hence they are not necessary to be on the computer unless if you have intentions of going back to them. But if not, then you should be able to delete everything in the recycle bin to free up space for yourself. Then the last part is the previous version of Windows. So with the previous versions of Windows, if you have upgraded your Windows or you installed a new update of the Windows version that you are using, then you are going to have these folders in your computer known as the Windows Old. Let me show you what I mean. Windows Old. And those ones actually also take space on your computer. So you have to be able to delete those ones too if you want to free up space. You can see it has taken 396 megabytes space on this one. Let me show you. You go to this PC, local disk C. Then as you can see here, I have Windows, that's the current Windows that I'm using. I also have Windows.old, then Windows.old 1. So these are older versions or older forms of the Windows 10 that I'm running currently that I've updated over time. So I'm able to delete it. If you use the delete directly, it doesn't afford you the ability to delete it. So when you come to the temporary files to delete it, then you can get rid of the unwanted files in there. So let's try deleting the recycle bin, which is 11.1 gig. Then I'll also delete the temporal files. Yes, I'm sure. Okay. Then finally delete the previous versions of Windows. So this process may take some time. For instance, the temporary files, we are getting the notification that we are cleaning up your temporary files. Come back in a bit to check out on the result. So this is eventually going to be cleaned up, but let's check the size that we have now and see if any has been reduced. So as you can see, it has turned from the red that it used to be to blue, meaning some has been cleaned. And now I have 52.6 gig free of 462 gig, and the process is still ongoing. So at the end of the day, I'll be able to free enough space on my computer. So this is one of the ways to clear up unwanted files and save yourself some space on your computer. If your computer is running slowly, these are one of the ways that you go about it. Probably it is running slowly because there are so much things on there, or there are a lot of temporary files taking up space and slowing down the computer. So go through this process, go to settings, system, storage, then temporary files, then delete the ones that you want to delete and any other thing that you want to delete on your computer to free up enough space for the computer to run appropriately. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are yet to, and also share this video with your colleagues so that they will also learn something new. As I mentioned earlier, this is just part 1 of these 2 videos. Hence, check out for the part 2 of this video to know more about how to go about cleaning other files that are wanted on your computer. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.